Hi, I'm Dave Edmondson Bird, and this is Brendan Keegan, and we're going to talk to you about the unit that's called Digital Marketing and Communications Management.
This video is mainly about looking at some of the information based on this unit, which is an option. So we're going to hopefully just go through some of the questions that you've got about DMCM, or Digital Marketing and Communications Management. So I'm going to ask Dave, first of all, is this a techie unit? Is this quite a technical unit?
No, this is a question that a lot of people ask. It's not a technical unit, so it's not about programming. What we do is we're going to cover the sort of technology aspects of a number of tools, so anything related to digital media environments and how they're used for marketing. So it's a program that's delivered by marketing department people, us, rather than technology people, and it's designed for people who want to be marketers in a digital environment.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay. So how much do the students need to know already? Do they need to have anything before they start studying this unit?
Well, we're going to cover a lot of new things, so we don't expect you to know anything already. Lots of people are worried that they don't know enough to get onto this unit. That's simply not true. So we'll be teaching you a lot of new stuff. There will be a lot of things that you might have covered on your placement. There may be some things from other units that you'll have covered, but we'll ask you to, possibly go over some of those things. What's most important is that you will have covered some marketing in your first year. So you might have to go back and read a few of those things if that sort of marketing understanding is a bit rusty.
And we'll brush up on that during the year. Obviously, we'll point out some of the key aspects that you will need to brush up on. So, how are we going to do this then? What's the learning experience? What's the learning experience like?
It's not a load of boring lectures. We like to call it a boot camp or a skunk works, which means there's going to be a lot of hard work. And anybody who's on the unit at the moment will tell you it's hard work. It's not a walk in the park. You don't get spoon-fed material. We'll guide you in our lectures, in our workshops, but you'll have to do a lot of the digging yourself. You'll have to do a lot of finding out. So you're not going to be spoon-fed. It's not a good unit for lazy people, and it's not a good unit for people who've struggled with marketing in the past. And we make a lot of use of internet resources that we find very interesting. So you'll find a lot of the course materials will be on whatever is the most fashionable social media environment of the day. This year we use something called group sites. In previous years we've used Facebook and Twitter.
Mm-hmm. And again, I mean, Twitter is going to be a very, very valuable platform. So it's also a very useful unit. It's another point I definitely want to add on to that, because a lot of our graduates from last year have managed to get employment even before they finished the year. They got work experience through what we'll talk about, Search and Social School in a while. So yeah, it's also very valuable. So, okay, what kind of things are we going to cover?
Well, because it's about strategy, the first thing we look at is how you link digital marketing communications to a business strategy. We look at how you find a digital marketing opportunity. You look at where is the most appropriate place for it to be used. We look at how you create a digital marketing strategy. We look at things like customer relationships and the lifetime value of customers. We look at how you design a digital marketing program. We look at user experience, and we look at evaluation and analytics.
That's what we will do. What will we not do?
Well, what we're not going to do is we're not going to teach you how to program. We're not going to teach you how to build websites. We won't formally teach you how to do things like search engine optimization and pay-per-click management or display ad management. But there is a chance that some of that will come up, because I tend to do most of the strategy stuff, and Brendan tends to do a bit more of the hands-on stuff, which is more like, what sort of things would you learn with those?
Well, obviously, Dave will go through the strategy with you during the start of the year, during term 1, but when we get to term 2, we'll go into what I like to call the nuts and bolts. So some of my experiences from working with a lot of different agencies, doing a lot of different jobs, like search engine optimization and like social media campaigns, and what I'll hopefully be doing is showing you kind of the ways that these campaigns might be run out. Now, I'm not going to get into the exact technical details. We will show you, but because we can't show you the exact technical details, we've actually come up with a day where we've invited practitioners to come in and show you, and they will literally go through about 8 hours within one day and show you how to do the job themselves. So what better people to show you how to do the job than your future employers?
So keep your eye out for Search and Social School, which by the time you see this will be in its 3rd year.
Yeah.
And everyone who's been to Search and Social School has, strangely enough, managed to get themselves a job. So if that's what you're after, it could be the thing to look out for.
I think we're averaging on 60% of our grads from last year who have been employment either through that.
Yeah, in this particular industry. So it's a growing industry and something you should take note of.
So sounds like a great unit. How are students going to pass? How are we going to assess this?
Well, the good news is there are no exams, so it's all 100% coursework. 40% of the coursework is from group work, 60% is from individual work. The group work is important because there's quite a lot of material that you would need to gather as a team, and we encourage you to act like a digital marketing agency and assign each other roles that you would expect to find inside a digital agency. That works really well and allows people to benefit from particular strengths or things they're interested in researching. It's very practical, it's not theoretical, although we'll ask you to use some theories in coming up with your ideas, but it's a pragmatic commercial solution to an industrial problem. And that's kind of interesting when you start to talk to employers about work you've done at university, if you can actually show them things you've done.
That's interesting. This year we've been quite lucky as well. We've had a number of real life clients who actually wanted to come on board with the unit and offer projects. So it's actually worked quite well this year.
So we'll probably have some real life clients for you next year. They will act like real clients. They will expect you to be like a real agency, which means that they will try and get more out of you than you want to give, and they will want you to do all sorts of things, and it'll be your job to manage their expectations carefully. But that can be very rewarding in more ways than one, so keep your eyes out for any of the commercial projects that we have coming in from outside.
Great, real life work. So all of this is going to be done in a group. So obviously you've got some issues, you may have had some issues over second year, over first year with group work. So we're aware of these things and we've put a few steps into place just to make sure that group work doesn't end up exploding on you during the year. So how are we going to, what are the steps
we've got a special tool that we use at the end of the year that allows people to assess the level of effort that each of the team members has put into. So we mark the work, but you actually look at how much effort each of you within your team has put in. And we find that for 90% of teams, they don't need to use the tool because they are a great team. This is a tool for failing teams. So if you feel you're already needing to use this tool, it's a sign. And the other thing we encourage you to do is come and talk to us about issues that occur in your team. But we ask that you tend not to talk to us on the day before the assignment's handed in. Okay, so have a think about it. There's a piece of information for you to download with some conclusions and summaries about what we've talked about today. If you want to get in touch with me or Brendan, you can do by email or by telephone. All of the details are on the Options website, and hopefully we'll see you all in September to work out what the next big thing in digital is.